Have you ever done any portions of the trail before?
No, just hiked around my region up north in Minnesota, Michigan, Wisconsin, that type of stuff. So these hills are a little bit different.
Oh my God, we went to the Upper Peninsula last year
nice.
for the first time, and it's like a whole new world up there.
Yeah.
I would love to go up there during the winter time, though.
Yeah.
Good morning. It is cold for sure. Yeah, they say don't ditch your winter gear till after the Smokies, and they're right. I think today's like May 8th, and it was cold. I think the other really cold night I had was the second night when I was out here at Gooch Mountain Shelter. That got down to about freezing, and I'd guess it's probably like 35 degrees right now. It just kind of feels, it's super cold, but I don't think it got to freezing last night kind of thing. Anyway, today I got, depending on how far I'm going to shoot for, there's two shelter options. One's at like 14 and something miles, and then like a mile and a half further there's another shelter. So that's if I want to go kind of that extra little bit. We'll see how I'm doing, how far I want to get set up for tomorrow. We'll be getting into Newfound Gap and hitching a ride into Gatlinburg. I think I'm going to try the whole hitchhiking thing. There should be enough traffic and stuff going by there at that road and people going into town anyway, so I don't think it'll be too hard. Getting out of Gatlinburg though the next day and getting back to the trailhead will probably be more difficult, so I'm probably going to have to schedule a ride on that day. Anyway, let's get to it. Those are horseshoe tracks. There are definitely horses out here. I feel like the views are kind of rare around here. This one's pretty good. This is very slow goings right now. There's a lot of steep ups and downs, and the terrain is very rocky, so you gotta watch your step constantly. It's just very slow going. Poke out for some views every once in a while though. I don't know if this is going to come out very well, but that's kind of an example of why the Smokies are called the Smokies. It just looks kind of hazy, distant the further peaks are. And this rocky terrain is killing my miles per hour average. It's just a nuisance. Oof. Better to be slow and careful though. I definitely don't want to twist an ankle out here. It's like this for miles. It's miles like this. Just going slow. This is probably the worst stuff possible to walk on because it's all just loose, broken rock. Everything underfoot slides. And today's one of those days where you just can't regulate your heat very well because it's like super cold. So I'm all bundled up with gloves and everything, and after 30 minutes of hiking I'll feel really warm, so I'll take everything off. And then 10 minutes later I'll be freezing. I'll put everything back on. I've switched in and out of clothes just all morning. Yeah, look at this. This trail just keeps getting better and better. This is so much fun. It's just one of those sections you can't wait to get through. Oh man. Well, I just ran across Mission again. He's the guy who's he's hiking the trail southbound, but he started in the south and he's got the two vehicles and he's flipping the vehicles up north. So he's hiking south in like 3 or 4 day stretches. So every 3 or 4 days, you just cross paths and see him again. He's a good dude, it's cool running into him, so I'm sure I'll keep seeing him every couple of days again. Here is the Derrick Knob shelter. This is gonna be the stop for lunch. Feels like it took forever to get here. Yeah, those last like 5 miles or so were probably the worst, most rugged terrain I've seen yet on the AT. It was just kind of rough. I hope that was the end of it. Very nice little spot as usual, it looks like. Very nice shelters here in the Smokies otherwise. Here's my lovely lunch options. Tuna and crackers. Got a deer right here on the side of the trail. He's just chilling, not afraid of people at all up in the park. Got some little antlers on him. Might be more around, I'll keep my eye out. Seiler's Bald 2.9, Clingmans Dome 7.4. Clingmans Dome will be tomorrow for sure. And Seiler's Bald is the first place I'm aiming for. But if I do another 1.7 past it, I can get that much closer to Newfound Gap for tomorrow. So I may push it to the next shelter. What is that, a mole? I've never seen one before. Never seen a mole. He's awfully dead though. Alright, now is that time of day where my legs are getting tired. And I just want to get to camp. It's been some challenging terrain. It's not that bad right now, but it's very roots and tough to walk on. And I've still got a couple of miles at least if I'm going to go for that second away shelter, which I want to. You just kind of feel like you're droning along mindlessly. Just can't wait to get to camp. Well, made it to Seiler's Bald shelter. Currently nobody here, which is kind of surprising. Thought there'd be more people around on the trail. But whew, it was kind of a tough climb getting up that last little bit to get to here. Further down trail that way, another 1.7 is the next shelter. And I think I'm going to go for it. It shouldn't be too strenuous as far as any further uphills, just a little bit, it looks like. So I'm going to rest here for a minute. And then we'll do the final push. Still not the easiest terrain this last little bit. This has officially been the most difficult day on trail. My feet and legs don't feel any more sore than usual, which is to say they're not that bad at all. But it's just been technically difficult, an extremely technically difficult trail today. And it doesn't help that I've done over 16 miles of it. Just can't wait to get to the shelter and get some food and go to bed. I've suddenly entered a pine forest. This is kind of a cool area. It's crazy how rutted out the trail is. Most of it's kind of been like this. This is a nice, pretty area, though. Alright, we got dinner done. I'm going to start getting ready for the night here at the Double Spring Gap shelter, I think is what this place is called. But there's a couple people here already. And I'm slowly leaning more towards taking a 0 in Gatlinburg, actually, because weather is supposed to be coming in really bad on Monday. I don't really need or want to take a 0, but I'm just going to reassess that tomorrow. Better than, I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep thinking about it. But I'll probably say goodnight for now, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Morning. Another cold, cold morning from the Smokies. Yeah, they definitely say don't ditch your winter gear till after the Smokies for a reason. I don't know why this particular part of the trail is like 30 degrees colder than everywhere else, but it is. So today, we got like less than 3 miles. We'll hit Clingmans Dome. We'll go check that out. And then it's like 10 miles or something to trying to hitch in Gatlinburg at Newfound Gap. That's the plan for today. And I'm leaning more towards taking a 0 because it sounds like there's going to be nasty weather the next day. And something else that I thought was kind of funny. So most of the shelters don't have privies here. There's just kind of a hill that you just kind of, that's the designated pooping area, and you just go find a spot that hasn't been, you know, somebody else has laid a landmine there already. But this one actually had a privy. And there was like, it was like a handicapped bar thing that could assist you for getting to the toilet if you happen to be wheelchair bound. And there's a little picture in there of a guy in a wheelchair moving himself over to the toilet. And it's like, dude, this is the roughest terrain of the trail so far. If you are wheelchair bound and you happen to get yourself up here, dude, my hat's off to you. That's one hell of an accomplishment right there. So, I figured that one out. Anyway, this is a beautiful forest area, by the way. I'll turn the camera around here in a second. Yeah, this forest up here is awesome. I guess we're in the higher altitude pine forest. I definitely like this look. This is just beautiful. The moss on everything. This part of the forest is so cool. It's like hundreds of years of old dead trees piled on top of old dead trees. This is what like an old growth forest looks like. There we are, Clingmans Dome. There are 2 things that make this tower extra special. The first one is that this is the highest point on the entire Appalachian Trail at 6,658 feet. And number 2 is this is exactly mile marker number 200. some rocky descents on the way down, but not nearly as bad as it was yesterday. This is manageable. So here's a junction turnoff. The Mount Collins shelter is half a mile. I was gonna go there to eat lunch, but not if it's that far away. And Newfound Gap is 4.5. That's the destination for today. I think I'm just gonna eat lunch here on this log or something. I ain't walking no half mile down and half mile back. Something else I was just thinking of is that there are no stream crossings here in the Smokies. So the only water sources available are at the shelters, which hasn't been too bad. It's not super hot, so you don't need to suck down a lot of water. It's just something to think about and prepare for. If the shelters are like 5 or 6 miles apart, you gotta be able to plan for that. That's all. I know what these are. These are to keep the wild hogs out. Just containment fence for these guys. Okay. I'm starting to come into Newfound Gap here shortly. And we'll see how easy it is to get a hitch. But I have thoroughly enjoyed today's hike. It's been a very lovely part of the forest. The last 10 miles or so through Clingmans Dome and everything, as you've seen. It's pretty cool. Hopefully more of that continues further along through the rest of the Smokies, but we'll see. Alright, on to Newfound Gap. We made it to Newfound Gap. Tennessee state line. And with that, I made it to Gatlinburg. It took about 10 minutes or so to get a hitch into here from another guy who thru hiked it with his son in '05. And checked into a hotel. I'm gonna go out here pretty soon and just look for some dinner for tonight. And I did get reserved for 2 nights. Yeah, the weather forecast starting like 8 or 9 o'clock tonight is just gonna be rain and thunderstorms. All through tomorrow is just rain, thunderstorms. So it's just one of those good days to be not in the mountains. So I don't feel too bad about taking a 0. Yeah, we'll go get some food, and I think I'm going to do most of my logistical shopping and stuff done for tomorrow since we got a whole day here. Right now, just food. Let's go check out the town. Yeah, this is why I'm taking a 0 tomorrow. The storm's already coming in. So I was just getting ready to do a segment on washing your clothes in the bathtub when your hotel does not have laundry facilities, and the hotel power just went out. So now I'm going to finish washing my clothes just using my headlamp. But you can already kind of see how dirty the water is. So the hotel power is still out, and the sun's going down in like 15 minutes, so I think I'm just going to sign off here for the night, because it's going to get dark pretty quick, and there's no lights. So I hope the power outage is not widespread, because I really want breakfast in the morning, and that would really suck if like the restaurants are closed, because they can't run the grills. and the whole city power is out. That would just be terrible. So good luck on that. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the morning.